4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ranjan here, bringing you all another StarCraft commentary. Yeah, this is going to be final match in round 32, Group D, between Stats and zerg. Rematch time on Ultimatum. We're going to have Stats at the upper right-hand position, 1 o'clock, or is that maybe even 2 o'clock, as the teal protoss, looking all nervous, one step away from getting to the round 16. Go boy, can you defeat the wrath of a god? Or something. We're going to have set god, zerg, at the upper left-hand position, 11 o'clock, as the yellow zerg. And oh crap, I totally forgot to get rid of my lozenge. Lozenge is wonderful when you have a sore throat like I do. Crap when you're about to do a StarCraft commentary. Sorry about that. Stats gonna stick to the tried and true Forge Fast expand. And gonna send his probe out much quicker than I've seen him do a couple of times. 4-player map, so you might want to get some scouting done. zerg sending his Overlord Scout, a very interesting pattern, not actually towards one particular direction. Probably sending it towards the middle. Possibly expecting, probably expecting sort of cheese from Stats, but Stats not really a cheeser type, from what I've seen anyway. Not really, more of a standard player. He's good. He is a damn good player, honestly. He's been playing well in Pro League. He doesn't even have 50 games under his belt, and he has winning percentages in all of his frickin' builds. It's great. It's really fun to see players of this caliber just come out of nowhere. And I think, given time, he will be the Protoss player alongside Violet that KT needs. Although I look forward to seeing what Tempest has been playing in the Pro League for like close to a year, like half a year at this point. So look forward to see how any sort of improvement might have happened for him. Stats is going to get his Forge first, but he is going to plot down the Nexus soon, sending out those probes that are just all over the place just to make sure he gets his scouting information. He is going to spot that early hatchery coming in. zerg going for the 12 hatch, going to play more economically. This is, of course, on a 4-player map. This is exactly what you want to do. Gonna make sure to try to not fall for what he fell throughout time. His drone scout coming through. Gonna get the spot. Excuse me. Gonna get the spot on that early Nexus right after the Forge. Of course, Stats doesn't really have anything to worry about. No early pressure gonna be coming. Oh, picks off a drone. Hero probe picks off a drone. It's beautiful when that happens. Really is beautiful. We're going to see whether zerg goes and tries to do the same. He needs to get some freaking revenge. Oh, man, probe almost gets caught in a line of drones. zerg trying to fight that probe back, but Stats being awesome with that freaking probe. Might have even planned out his gateway. I think he actually completely skipped any sort of cannons. Might have just gone for gateway right away. Just, I don't need no cannons. I just killed a drone with a probe. What can this guy do to me? Is going to plant the cannon behind the gateway at the very least. And interestingly enough, zerg going to pick up his mineral only alongside. It is fairly difficult for zerg players on this map to get their third gas quickly because you got island expansion. If you want to get your third gas, you're going to have to go to the lower left-hand position or just across the map. And of course, reinforcement-wise, that's a horrible thing to do. Stats apparently just going to go good old standard Stats, good old standard Protoss. Is going to get his Cybernetics core up. Most likely going to see a Stargate followed up right quick. Is going to lose his probe. I'm not quite sure where he got the spot in that mineral only. Meanwhile, Lair is actually going to come inside the natural expansion. Yeah, I think it's a debate, really, whether you want to put your Lair to natural or not. It means that your natural is harder to kill. You're going to be able to defend it more easily because a Lair and then eventually going all the way up to Hive really makes your natural expansion have a lot of HP. Really take a long time for your opponent to take it down, but on the upside, if he does take it down, you're screwed. You really are completely screwed. Stats, I like this with him. He's being very persistent with a scout, sending out another probe. Meanwhile, zerg is going to have that Overlord inside. Is going to spot that. Stargate. So he knows that there's going to be very standard play coming in. We're going to see what. Let's see. Is there going to be a Citadel coming in from Stats? He's going to be able to put down a second gas and a pylon inside of his natural expansion. But we're going to see whether we see that Citadel alongside of every single game he goes for. He goes for that quick Citadel. Gets those High Templar out fairly early as well. He's been essentially going for the same startup build, kind of, but then he deviates rather quickly. In the first game against zerg, he went very early Zealot pressure. In the game against Jaedong, Ooh, going outside with that Zealot, picking off some Zerglings. I think he picked off a drone there as well. Nice. Just Zealot being annoying at natural. That, of course, that mineral only being very exposed overall. You run around and do what you want. Meanwhile, Spire now up for Zerg, so he's going to try to get some sort of damage done. Dragoon not going to be able to pick off that over. Going to be forced to run back. Zerglings might have even to catch up with it. Meanwhile, now Stats is going to put up a second cannon for defensive purposes. He's going to be able to defend this first Corsair on the way. Still don't see a Citadel of Doom from him. Lately, I've been seeing a Citadel of Doom about this time. Actually, Robotics Facility. Okay, nice. He's going to switch it up this time. Going for Sarah Reaver, and I really like this. I got to say, this map, I feel this map is could be very good for Sarah Reaver. A lot of positions, a lot of ways to escape just in case you need to get those aerial forces back, especially once those Zerg players, they're going to be forced to either split their forces up and go for the other mains, which are far away from their own mains, or to take the island expansions with the help of overlords. And either way, it's going to give going to make those Sarah Reavers very effective. He's a Spire on the way for July. We're going to see what actually goes for Mutalisk. Sorja's going to get those Scourge up. He's not, if he's thinking of going for a Hydra build, he's not going to be able to pump those Hydras as you know, he's going to be able to hump a bit of, hump? Okay, not quite what I had in mind. I would not hump a Hydra. It would spit at me, and that would hurt a lot more than, you know, the usual fun in bed spitting. Okay, I'm getting way off topic, and this commentary is no longer rated PG. Well, actually, usually they should be rated G, but there's violence and blood and stuff going on, so they're rated PG. Haha. See, there's the 12 in the upper right-hand corner. That's PG, people. First Scourge are now out for July Zerg. He's going to try to pick up the initial Corsair and get the Scout on that robotic support. Corsairs being hit in the corner there, and still more being produced. Those Corsairs are going to get the Scout on this, even more just outside natural. He's going to spot the robotics, so he's going to get support, but not going to pick off a single Corsair, but still get the full Scout, so going to see how he's transitioned. They're still adding hatcheries at the mineral only, adding in an Evo chamber at the natural. He's going to need some Hydras. He's going to need some Hydras on the field right now. I was talking something. All right, I was going to say about Hydras that he's going to be able to pump off those bases, but not having that third gas once you want to transition, it's really not going to help you. You need that third gas, especially if you want to pump Hydras at a constant heavy rate for a long time. Having that third gas